Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Barb and my channel name is Barb's Paper Designs, and this is one of the designs I've made, I put together, so we're gonna make it today. And I thought we would do a happy birthday card. Every month there's always seems to be a birthday that we need to send cards out to, so I thought we would go ahead and do that. So hope you like it, and hope that it gives you some inspiration. So I just have it laid out here, so we're just going to go ahead and take it apart. So first we want to start with our 6x6 cardstock, and I've got a nice inside here for us too. So we'll put these over here so we can check them out. So what I do, I like to tell everyone where I purchase my cards and all my products that I use. So this is a, I thought I had it here, so. Well, I can't seem to find it right now, but you can pick these up just about anywhere, but it's a 6x6, and so what I've done is I've used my round corner punch, and I usually use this one, the largest one, and you can pick these up just about anywhere, Michael's or Hobby Lobby, or I think I might have got this online somewhere. I know Amazon has it, scrapbooks.com has it, so you can pick them up anywhere, but they're great. I love them. So that's what I've used to do that with, and we've done all the corners, so that's what we're going to start with, and this is our envelope. So we'll put that to the side, our envelope, and then we start with our basic card, and I like to use my graph chart here and just line it up. And so we want to do our first layer. Try and keep these together so we can keep those together. So what I've done here is got the tape already on it, it's sticking already. So we'll go ahead and put those there. This is, I hope you can see it, it's a dot pattern embossing card. And this is the card that I've used. And you can see it's, let's see, where is it here? Oh, here. This came from Sizzix. So I don't know where, if I ordered online, but it's a Sizzix embossing folder. I love it. And the size on this embossing folder, it isn't 6x6, but it's 4.5 by 5 3/4. So what I've done is I just cut it down to the size. I always like to cut it down to the embossing folder size, and then just stick it in here and run it through your press. Sorry, my mind went. My Platinum 6 is what I have, but embossing machine. And then to make it even, what I've done is I've cut another piece of cardstock, 6x6, and then I cut it down to, let's see here, 5 3/4 by 5 3/4. So to make it just a quarter, 3/4, you know, to fit on the card, just to give it a little border here. So what we want to do is we want to just go ahead, and this way it'll make it more even. And I've already put our tape on, so I'm using just some regular Terran tape. I know you probably have some. Any brand will do. This is what I've used on this. I like to use this especially when I do embossing. It seems to get down in those grooves because you want it to stick really well. So what we'll do is we'll just take these off. Let's see here. I want to do some of this ahead of time so it doesn't take up all of our time on our video. And you just want to take this off and And you can add liquid tape to it too if you want. Some people do that. They do a double, but this is such good tape, this Terran tape. I know they're probably phasing out of it because we have our little seal tapes. But this seems to be a good fallback. And I have a lot of it, so I try to use up as much as I can. Just takes a little bit longer than our little tape runners. So I call this my birthday glitter card because I've used, yeah, it blew off, so of course on the wrong side. I use the glitter cardstock on this today, so we will trash can here. Okay, so what I've done is I'll go ahead and just put this over here on this side really even with this cardstock. So, and then we just have, you know, we just want to cover that opening. So that's what we've done there. And that gives a little bit more flatness to the back of the card. So it's more uniform. You don't have that dip right there. So then we want to put this one on. So again, we'll use our tear tape. And I like to get it just as close as possible to the edge. And then you can get it on really close so there's no gapping. And a lot of these I will give in person, but you certainly can put them in the mail. I haven't checked how much postage is. I know it's a little bit more just because it's a bigger piece of cardstock. Or, you know, I think a regular mail will take 5 by 7. You don't have to do extra postage, but this, you'll have to check with your postal office to see if it's a little bit more. But it's worth it, I'm telling you. This is just such a great size, and people love it. And they're more inclined to, you know, display them and keep them a little bit longer. And too, because it's handmade. I think people are really appreciating handmade cards more this lately. All right, so we want to make sure that this is on the right side again. On this side, because we've got our, so you just want to stick this down just to center it, because it's going to be behind the other one. And then that one's down. Oops, you know, we have a little mark here, but that's going to be covered up, so I'm not sure how that got on there. All right, now we want to put our pink one on. Oops, all of our pieces. And then this one, I think I'm just going to use the tape runner, and I have a couple of them. Let's see, here's a solid one. And you know, they're all pretty good. Once in a while, you'll get one that doesn't, make sure there's tape in here. Yeah, I think there's still a little bit left. So we just want to go down the sides again and get these taped up. Okay. A little skinny margin there. Oops, got a little bit of tape everywhere. Okay, you might want to run one down there as well. Okay, so this one is from Hunky Dory, and I used to order online from them, but since the tariffs have come, they are not shipping to the US. I used to order directly from them, but they're no longer shipping to the US. So we, let's see, let's put this down here so I can see it. Don't want to get my head in the way. And then just center it. And then this is going to cover our little white one. So you just want to make sure that one gets covered. Totally. Okay, so there we go. And I like to use this. It's just the back side of two-sided tape sheets, and just smooth that down. And then the fun parts. Okay, so we're going to put this in first and get our balloons. So this die cut is from this set. This is a set that I've used, and it's the graduated balloons. So I think, or no, I'm sorry, it's not. It's these smaller ones, and I'm not sure where I got these from. You know, when you start putting them in your folders, I don't keep track of where I got it from, but you can pick up balloons just about anywhere that has die cuts. So that's the balloons, and then for the this die cut is this one right here. I love this die cut. Now this just cuts, it does cut the inside. Let's see, I do believe it cuts the inside and the outside. I just don't have the inside with me here. Each die cuts one piece, yeah, so that's separate. But if you want to cut the whole thing, then you can add another piece. Now this set I did get from Spellbinders, and it's been several years ago, but in case you would like to pick it up, see if they still have it. It's called the Fancy Edge Ovals, and there's 7 pieces that come with it. And like I said, oh, I picked this up at Hobby Lobby, but you know, I don't know if they're carrying die cuts too much anymore, but anyways, you could get with Spellbinders. I know they're still in business, but I know I probably got it half off because they were $22.99, but I don't usually pay more than $10 for dies, so I probably got it 50% off. But I've had it for several years, but really, really like it. And you can see I've got another set here that's just solid. And then on the back here, I've got a bigger set. Now this set, I think I got from AliExpress. And so it's a little bit bigger, but because I like this one so well, I thought, ooh, it would be nice to have a bigger one too. So if you see those are really, really nice sets to pick up. Okay, so, and this die cut, so our white dotted embossing was 4.5 by 5 3/4 inches, and then I backed it with another 5 3/4 by 5 3/4 piece of white cardstock, just to give it a little more. And then the purple, this is the glitter paper that I use, and it'll be for the balloons, the happy birthday, and the doves that I cut out. And this came from Michaels, and this is what it is. This is gorgeous. This is so beautiful, and I love it. It has a nice feel to it. So this came in a pack, 65 pounds, 24 sheets, and it has 4 colors in it. So I think this is the lightest one. They're called Purple Hues, and there's the darker one, so you can see the difference. But then there's 2 other colors in between. So that's where I got the glitter paper. And your die cuts work really good with it. When I use glitter, I run it through my machine a couple times more than normal, just because it's a little bit thicker than your cardstock. So that's what I'll do, is I'll just run it through a couple times. Okay, so with this one, and I use a lot of different adhesives, I'm sure you all do too. This is art glitter, and if you've seen some of my other videos, I really like it. It works wonderful, and so we'll just, and this will hold really, really nice. If we can get it to come out. Let's see here. There we go. I think it's just gonna take a little bit. Let's see if I have some tweezers to hold it with. I really enjoy working with different types of papers. Now I can't seem to find my tweezers. Let's see. Always at the bottom. Is that the way yours are? You know, you try to find something that's always down there. They are. I have a little box here that I use. Oh, this one here probably hasn't been used for a little bit. So like I'll take this and let's see, I should have marked the top because I know this fits before I start glittering it up. Okay, so this is going to be the top. A little T there. Top. That way we don't get it. Oh, here's a T on this one. So this one says, so it must just fit okay. Okay, so we'll use this top. Take that one off. There we go. So I did mark it. It's always a good thing to do. So this works really good. So we'll just, let's get out of frame. Is it coming? There we go. Okay. Now we're working. I'm having trouble with my contact, one of my contacts today, and so I've got glasses on and it's just not the same. Okay, so you just want to make sure you get enough on there to, I think we're good to go. We've got some strings hanging there. Okay, so I like to start at either the top or the bottom. So just wanna, and with glue, what's nice about it too, you have just a little bit of extra time to get that put in there. Okay, and I just walk it around in its grooves. Oops. Why this? So that's always a good reason to have your I wonder if I do have it upside down. There we go. That seems to be work a little bit better. I did. So, and then I like to take just a tissue and just got a little bit of glue. And that's what's nice about the liquid glue is it wipes off and it fits really, really nice. Isn't that pretty? Just think that. So what happened was that inspired me with this design was I had this piece of paper and it's the pink polka dots. I hope you can see that. There, I'll bring it closer. You can see that a little bit better. It has the pink polka dots. And so I cut a circle out of that. And then I thought, you know, rather than not using it, let's just keep it. And then I thought, oh, well, let's make a birthday card with it. So there we got that one in. Okay, so now we want to put our happy birthday. And I got my little eye dot there. And I've cut these doves out. So the birthday, happy birthday, that we put down there. and put our dove right there. Let's see, I have another pick. With these dots, sometimes it's hard to, okay, so if you center it and try and center this piece with these two lines, that kind of helps you find a center right there. And the dies that I use for this is, let's see, I thought I had them out here for us. Let me see. Oh yes, here we go. This is a die set that I really, really like it. And I think I got this from AliExpress as well. They have the background and then they have the dies. And so sometimes they're hard to read, but we're using On Your Special Day, which is this one here, we're going to use on the inside. And then it comes with Happy Birthday, On Your Special Day, Just for You, and Thank You. And I use these a lot, especially, it's the perfect size. It really is. If you want to, you know, use it as an accent. It's not too small, but it's not too big. So 4 of these came together, and again, they came from AliExpress. You know, it's just, I try to find local, buy local as much as I can, but it just seems like online is where the only place we can find our dies anymore. You know, HSM, I get some from there. I mean, I just buy wherever, something that I see. Amazon has some as well. But anyways, that's where we got those from. So, and that's what I use. And then I have just a small little dove die, I think was just a gift when I bought from AliExpress. So that was really nice. Now, what I like to use on these is the sticky dots. Now, these you can get from Amazon. I love these. They're two-sided clear sticky sheets. There's 12, and you can get the large size too, which I have. I have the large ones as well. Let's get this back on. As well as the, you know, the 11 by 8 sheets, as well as these. I like these for all the smaller things like this. So what we want to do, and I know a lot of you have probably used them, they come like this and the sticky is here. So we just want to take our Happy Birthday. I mark them so I know which ones I've used and which ones I haven't, because sometimes you, but I think this is a new one. So I'm going to put this right here, and then we're just going to do that and stick it down and just rub it, you know, as much as you think you need, and then just like that, a little pressure on it, and then pick them up, and you know you have enough on when it's sticking. A little hard to get them picked up. Whoops, probably need my tweezers. There we go. Okay, so now we want to go ahead and center this. Well, actually, I want to put a little bit of glue on too, just because we have that embossing folder. So that way, and then it gives you a little wiggle room too. So I just put on the thicker pieces. Just a little bit. You don't have to do the whole thing because you've got your dots on there, but I would hit the sides, the centers, the bottom, the top, you know, the high and low areas. Never can have enough, right? So there. And then we just want to stick that right about there. Okay. And then I take my little dab it just so you get get the extra glue if there is any. And then take your smoothing paper. You want it to stick really well. So I hope that's showing up good. You know, with glitter paper, sometimes it doesn't show up that good. And then this one, I guess we can do the same thing. Put that one down there. And we'll just rub it real good. Okay. I know these are lifesavers for these little pieces that are hard to, you know, put glue on. I had invested in so many different things to, oh dear, what's that? A little bit of glitter. Extra glitter there that we don't need. Did you ever have that happen? Flying glitter. Ooh, it looks like we got a lot on there too. We don't need that much. Dab it off. Okay. Yeah, we'll just put this guy. And I thought we'd have him just centered right about there. Maybe over a little bit. It's always nice that you can just kind of put them down like that and just tack them down. And like I said, with that dots sticking up, you want it to just kind of have enough on it to, so it just picks up all of the, you know, gets the dots and everything. So, okay, very pretty. Okay, so isn't that pretty? So I hope you can see that, you know, the glitter and everything, it just came together so nicely. Okay, so now the balloons, I showed you the balloons, so I've kind of, and I have this stretch lace, and I know you've seen it a lot, and I thought this would be a great thing to have, so I picked this up. And the color I used, I was going to use the pink, but it just clashed too much, so I ended up using this light lavender. So it's purple, lavender, pink, and blue. And this just really was enough to make the strings for the balloons. So what I want to do, I went ahead and put adhesive on for the balloons, for the string, and then that way we can just kind of, now you can raise these if you'd like, or you can just glue them down flat. Whoops, this guy's kind of getting funny on me. Okay, actually I think he went this way. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Just want them spread out enough to make a really cute. And so what I thought we'd do is go ahead and just glue them down, and that way we can just glue them down, because the paper on the back is really, oops, and then get a little more glue here. This glue is just not with us today. Okay, so we'll put these two on. And I thought maybe a little bit higher. Do it like that. And then just give it a little bit of personality. And then this guy, we'll just the glue on. And let's see, put him right there. Oh, aren't those pretty? I kind of wanted the different sizes. Now the other ones, they're all the same size, but these, I like these because it had one with a heart and they were just different sizes. So what I want to do here is we have our second dove. I hope you can see that that's a dove. It's kind of hard with the glitter paper, but just put some glue on these. Like I said, this glue is really great, so you don't have to. Okay, so and then we'll just kind of put these, and we can trim that if we want to. Just kind of thought I wanted to have him flying up, kind of upward like that. There we go. There we go. And then you can trim those strings if you want. Let's see. Hard to. There. And then when that glue dries, it'll all be there. All right, so hope you like that. I thought that really turned out nice. Now I have the eye for the birthday. Just wanted to stick that on there. There we go. All right. So, hope that gave you some ideas on designing. But I thought that was fun. Isn't that pretty? So there, and even if the balloons are sticking up a little bit, that gives it character too. And you know, if you're going to give it by hand, I just didn't know if it was going to go through the mail or by hand, so I just glued them flat, but you could definitely raise them with some foam tape if you want. But I thought that turned out really pretty. So I hope you can see that. That glitter is pretty bright, but we love it. Okay, so now we're going to do the inside, and what I did is I had some paper that I wanted something with just a little bit of a print, and so this was some paper that I had, and I cut it down to 6 by 6, and then I cut it down to 5 3/4 and 5 3/4, and that's what I want to mention again. Only cut it on 2 sides. Don't cut, so when you cut it down, so start with 6 1/2 by 6 1/2 before you trim, and then cut 1/4 of an inch off the top and 1/4 of an inch off of one side, either top or bottom, but just 2 sides, and then that'll give you a nice border all the way around of 1/4 of an inch. It took me a while to figure that out, but I always like to mention that, because if you cut 1/4 here, 1/4 here, all 4 sides, it's going to be way small, too small. So just do 1/4 of an inch, 1/4 of an inch on 2 sides, either top and bottom, top and side, or bottom and side. And so we just want to put this on here like this. I thought that would be really pretty. It kind of has a little bit of the pink on the front, but not too much, and then we can put a little greeting on there. So again, on the inside, what I like to use is the tear and tape. I mean, I really, you know, this is what I started with. I really like it. I like the other tape too on the dispensers, but this seems to work just great. And it doesn't have any bumps or misses, or you know it's solid all the way around. And I always mark the top and the bottom, because this does have ribbons in it. I'll show it to you close up, but it's got some ribbons going a certain way, so just kind of remember that too when you're cutting your stuff. If you've got patterns going one way, make sure you kind of cut it one way. And so on this tear and tape, I'd like to just do it on the edges and then just try to get it fitted really good. I don't like to put it in the middle because if you want to write on it, say you didn't want to put a greeting on there and you wanted to write in here, then you don't have any tape bumps that you're working with. So we just want to go ahead and put this on. Take that off. I don't know, do you have a favorite adhesive that you like? I use just about all of them. I also like this Nuvo. Oh my gosh, I love this too. And this, I'm going to show you doing a video on using this with foil transfer foil, and or is it glitter? It's either maybe it's glitter. You can use it for both. I guess, well, maybe it's for both. I think I've used it for both, foil and glitter. Just glitter, regular powdered glitter. Okay, so I'll put these off to the side. And then center this again. I always like to use and then we want to find the top. And this is top here. And then this has just a little bit of a border. So you can, I don't know if you can see, it has ribbons going across for like packages and stuff. I thought that was really cute. So we want to just, and I have a thing that I want to show you too that I use. Let's see, make sure looks good. Okay, some days I'm not too good with that. Some days it's really easy, so I've got a little bit of extra glue there. Tape. You can just go around with an eraser and take those off. But there's that. And so I also cut out, with those die cuts, the wording, "On your special day." And I thought that would be pretty. And you can either center it, and they can write over here, or kick it up just a little bit. And a lot of times I just write down here, you know, sign it, wishing you the best, or whatever you want to do. And I thought maybe either, it's always hard to see where to put this. Maybe like that. How's that look? Okay, so now on this again, we want to use our dotted, I got black on there. Our dots again. Oh, I'll tell you, this is a lifesaver. No mess, no fuss. It just, you know, oops. I hope I'm not out of, oops, I guess I am. I apologize if I get out of frame. Oops. This paper doesn't want to stick. I like to rub it and just make sure it just gets on there. And I think with the heat of your hand too, that kind of softens it up. Gets it sticking a little activated. Okay, and then I just want to take that off. But like I said, I like to use all kinds of adhesive, whatever is the easiest. The cleanest, the easiest. And the best. But and those sheets, they last quite a bit, so okay, that looks pretty centered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 3 centered right there. Looks good. Okay. Now I didn't put any extra glue on that one, but you can see it. And once it sets, so, you know, if you make your cards ahead, but if you're gonna give it that day, you know, sometimes we get in a pinch and we have to make it that day, you might wanna go ahead and add some glue, liquid glue. But when you use these flat sheets colors, let's see, wanted to go there, I guess. Just a little something extra. I know a lot of people put them down here. You know, you can put them up there, down there. Isn't that pretty? The doves. So that's what I said. It could be for a little girl or for a big girl. So I hope you like that. That was so much fun to put together. And you know, I didn't spend a lot of time on this. It just kind of came together. So let me know how you like this card, and give it a try. I mean, just these little cutout extras. I'm not big on extra pieces, smaller pieces and things, but this I think is just, it was easy once you get everything cut out, and if you can use the same, you know, papers, that helps too. But that extra dies on the center there, the polka dot, I call them polka dots, but dots, the embossed dots just really, I thought, added some texture too. And then with the balloons and the doves. So you have 3 doves, and these, so try, you know, I forget a lot of times about glitter and foil, but I'm trying to do more of that because it just really adds that extra ump. So I hope you like that, and I hope you give it a try, and let me know if you have any questions or anything. Again, just start with the 6x6 and then just cut down as you layer. So if you wanted to do another layer, just keep cutting an additional 1/4 of an inch and a 1/4 of an inch, and that'll give you the beautiful border all the way around. So thank you again for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.